All righty, all right, we're back. I guess we're back. It's like it must have been a Mark Drost overload because the computer crashed on me, ladies and gentlemen. It's the juju. It's the juju. I don't mean Jews. Don't get offended, please. Don't see that I'm talking about. I don't mean the Jews. Just the juju. Bad juju. So let me finish real quick because I'm not going to, you guys saw the first part. Go back. I want to make this real quick. I'm just going to finish up here. Basically, he was just where I left off. He said, my job as a teacher is to love and to tell you the truth, not interested in hurting people. But he did say, morons need to hear that they are morons. And Mark, that's pretty much exactly how I feel. And that's why I continuously reach out to you. I mean, just, we're doing the same thing for each other, buddy. We are. We're just reflections of one another. But he went into a whole bunch of stuff too. Please go back and watch part one because that's the crux of it here. But he went into a whole bunch of stuff about the teacher speaks at the level the student understands. I mean, talk about getting on your high horse. I never try to I don't talk to him in the sense of saying that I think I know more than you. I just try to talk to him in the sense of giving him space to think about what's going on in the world from a different perspective. Again, like I said in the beginning, I'm not saying I'm right about anything. I'm just trying to offer the idea and the concept, because what it really comes down to, ladies and gentlemen, is our ability to have non-attachment in this life. Do we have emotions? Yes. Do we have feelings? Yes. But we have to realize that emotions and feelings and even our physicality are all just tools that are used in this life at this time, right? Even with your emotions and such, something really gets you fired up and passionate. Like, yes, it doesn't mean you don't feel it and you don't utilize it in a certain way, but at the same time, you have to have non-attachment to it and realize that it's merely a reflection of whatever. It's part of the lesson that needs to be learned, and not to dive into it in that way. But anyway, he just was going on and on about how inadequate I am, and telling me that that I think I'm at some high spiritual level. I don't. I mean, I'm just trying to tell you. I mean, I really don't. I mean, this is what I'm telling you. This is what I authentically believe. I authentically feel in my heart. So, I mean, that's as far as just an understanding. I didn't climb to some top of a mountain or anything or get struck by lightning 6 times or something to have some, grand revelation. It's just me being reflective of myself through my life and trying to learn through mistakes I've made and ways of being that I was in different times. And everything has culminated to where I am today. And I just try to use everything as a learning tool in a space and not have too much attachment. I don't have to be attached to facets of who I was 20 years ago. I don't have to be attached to facets of who I think I might want to be 20 years from now. I just have to realize what's happening today and say, what is it teaching me? But not running off to Amsterdam and crying like a baby and putting F this and F that all day long about Trump. It's like, you're like, not for anything. I don't even want to say like moron, but like, I just can't, it's like, I can't believe that anybody, and I'm using Mark as an example of this level of thinking that just in our society in general, but why you would put so much emphasis on something like that, why you would believe in it so wholeheartedly. I get like, does when I used to watch Kamala, when I used to watch her talk, I mean, my God, it's so annoying. She's just so stupid, right? But like at the same time, I just realized she's just a character, doing what needs to be done for reaching people that need to be reached. It's just part of it, it's really not that heavy. What does she care? People like that, like whatever, Trump, Zelensky, Kamala, Biden, anybody, Elon Musk, they're all like in, Iron Man 3? I think it was Iron Man 3 when he was chasing after that terrorist, and the terrorist wasn't even a terrorist. He was just some actor. Remember when he found them and he was like, just like smoking weed and he was all like hanging out with the girls. He was just an actor, and they put him on the camera and they make this whole thing like him giving these speeches about being a terrorist and, we're going to attack you and whatever was going on in that movie. I mean, it's really the same thing. You go backstage and like, they're all buddies. It's just like, come on. Right. So, but he went on and on about all that. And then he also told me, I'm not going to give other names, but he also told me that the other teachers that were involved in my training, they were very embarrassed and ashamed of me. They feel like they let me down because I had a chance, he said. I had a chance to be a light warrior, but instead I took a hard turn towards darkness without realizing it, and they blamed themselves. And I'm like, you know what, guys? You should blame yourself. Blame yourself. Look at me. What did you do? Why didn't you help me? Look at me. Why couldn't you help me? Now look at what I'm doing. I got a sauna in the background. I'm going to show is it. I got a sauna and signs. I got 10 viewers. Somebody, why? Why did they help me? Anyway, it's just the whole thing of taking it. I didn't even sound like turn toward the darkness. It's so funny because when I think about how I deal with people on a day-to-day basis and people who know me, no one would ever say any of that crap that he's saying. I mean, this guy met me for a month back in 2016, and that's all he knows of me. He hasn't seen any. Even when I was like really into teaching yoga a lot, I was welcome. As a matter of fact, it was one of the best jobs I've ever done. I never got in trouble. The people loved me. The classes were always great. People sought out my class. I was always compassionate and welcome people. People, I can tell if they felt like ashamed, like, oh, I can't really do this, or oh, I'm too old, or I'm too heavy, or I'm too this, or I'm too that. And I would always like, no, it's not about any of that. It's just about being here. It's just about being here. I mean, I just know how I am, and it's like I'm the most compassionate. You really, I mean, as off-putting as I can be in certain regard in the way I say things. But at the end of the day, anybody who needs help, I mean, I'm willing, I'm open to listen. I give people space any which way till Sunday. And today is Sunday, so believe it or not, like even like Mark, like, does it tick me off? And he wants to berate me and put me, he's telling me that, I'm demeaning people, but I mean, are you not demeaning me by telling me I'm an embarrassment and all this stuff? I mean, you don't even know me, dude. Like, I mean, if you really want, just have a conversation. That's why I invited you here, but you don't have the guts to do something like that because, you just want to talk, just want to say a bunch of shit that don't mean anything and just keep pressing on this issue instead of like really sitting and reflecting and having a dialogue, so it's just, but anyway, I'm really frustrated that the stream cut out. So I want to leave this here at that. Part one, go back to part one for, the whole lead up and everything. But that's kind of where I was. I was getting ready to wrap it up when that happened anyway. So, but a toast to Drost. I don't know if we'll do any more. I don't want to keep beating on him. But I really felt it was good to bring it up today because of more so not to attack, Mark and such, but more so to just really highlight the level of thinking that we're dealing with a lot of people out there. And really the concept to me that is perplexing is the level of attachment to these things that are bringing you down anyway. It's like, I don't even know why he wants to support our politics and the system and everything else, because all it is a detriment to the people anyway. But again, that's why Mark likes it, because Mark made a business off of, really kind of off of somebody else, right? He made his business off of taking from someone else. So that's why people like the system, because it allows them to take and feed off of others while he sits there and tells me how spiritually stupid I am. So, hey, all I know is that I'm happy to shake hands with anybody. I'm happy to listen to anyone and give them space. That's what Operation Status Quo is all about. We're just observing life here, ladies and gentlemen. We're finding our own way to go about it. We can be kind to each other, even with polarizing views. It's okay. Just have that realization that those views, that's exactly what they are, and that's it. They're just views and they're just thoughts and feelings, but it doesn't take away from the ultimate truth that we all are one energy together, working together, and we should be helping each other to learn lessons. And maybe we are. Maybe this situation between Mark and myself is helping each of us to learn lessons in certain ways. So I hope it does. I mean, that's really what it's all about. So I wish everyone the best out there, and I wish you the best out there too. So, and I thank you so much for your time being with me here today on Operation Status Quo. I really get upset when the stream cuts off and does that, but I did almost like 19 minutes on the first one, so I couldn't like just throw it all away and start over. So this is what it is. Hopefully you guys find part one and part two, and you watch them both, or you watch none of it, and whatever happens is fine with me. Until next time, well, first of all, thank you for being here. If you haven't done so already, please take the time to like, subscribe, share, send this out to your friends, your family, those you love, and of course, those you despise as well. As you very well know, I love each and every one of you out there individually as well as a group. God bless you, and until next time, Operation Status Quo, disengaged. Oh, wrong button.
It's a boulevard of 10 short blocks.